Most immigration workers left, so the farmer hired Americans. Problem is, he says, most show up late, work slower, and are ready to head home after lunch. Some even quit after just one day out in the field. And farmers say many Americans are not physically fit and simply don't work fast enough.
So now that I have fallen down this rabbit hole, I just jumped onto Twitter's. And I got an alt Twitter where I pretend to be a MAGA guy. And I saw a live. And I am not kidding you. This dude, all these dudes, these farmer dudes in there, these farm owner dudes, they're saying, well, we thought the blacks would come back and do the jobs because they don't have jobs. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but black people have jobs. And you thought you were getting your slaves back is basically what you were saying. That's what you thought. It's still going right now. And I'm not going to post a link to it because I don't want to give these people a voice. But they think they're in a safe space on Twitter. They're not.
They thought black people were going to go get them jobs in the field. Since the migrants are gone, we ain't got no jobs, so we going to go back in the field and pick. That's what they thought. Oops. We worked for free in this country for 290 years. We ain't picking nothing for y'all. Y'all better get y'all white folks out there and go pick them fruits and them vegetables and take care of them cattle and the chickens. We not going out there.
No more Hispanic workers on his job site, so they called him in.
Not y'all melting. You all are like disintegrating into the rooftops and cement. Like, you voted for Trump so that he could take immigrants out to get jobs back that you never had. And you're dissolving outside in this heat. Y'all should have went for corporate jobs. Go take them out. Go take them out because you all gonna go extinct at this rate.
It's quite funny to see how these white farmers for Trump has been lied. I came across this particular video. This white man was testifying the way he joined Twitter. These white farmers was talking to each other, the way they convinced them to vote for DT because they told them once you vote for him and after mass deportation is done, don't worry, black people are going to come back to work in your fields because those are black jobs. Now see, these white MAGAs, farmers, they are coming on internet trying to cry, to look for sympathy that they are losing their farms, they are going bankrupt, their crops are rotting in the fields because there is no more migrant to pick up for them. In their mind, and they know that, where is the black people? Why are they not showing up till date? Just try to imagine. These white farmers, they no longer know that things are no longer the same. Black people are now high educated. You are not going to see them back in your fields. Come on, make it make sense. Where would you think that in this century you are going to keep doing slavery as your parents have, or as your grandpa did to black people? Do you think it's going to be a continuous cycle? No. Guys, let's talk about this in today's episode. I've seen some farmers now they are guilty. They are pissed that each and everything they promised them is not going to work as they thought it's going to be. Now you see.
So y'all remember when it was said that we taking all the black jobs? They really thought that we was going to be looking for black jobs, y'all. Now you got to be kidding me. Do they think we really looking for farm work? Do they not know that we are educated and we got degrees? And being a farm worker ain't even in the jobs categories that we be looking for. They really don't know how educated some of us are. They don't know how many degrees a lot of us have. They got to be really lost if they think that we want to come and work on their farms. They don't know that our parents and our grandparents growing up wouldn't even let us be outside if it wasn't no shade outside. Do they really think that we gonna work on a farm where ain't no shade trees at? I hate to disappoint y'all, baby, but you're going to have to get somebody else to do it, because we ain't working on nobody's farm. Never.
That man said he went up on the Twitters and he saw the farmermen, the white farmers, saying that, oh, well, we thought the black folk were going to come back and do the job. He said that they said the blacks. But he said they were convinced that when they started deporting these non-black people of color, right, that we were going to be taking their places back in the fields. Essentially, they thought they were getting their slaves back, right? They thought slavery was going to come back full force. We were going to be like, oh, okay, let's get on back to them fields. Because they don't think black people have jobs. But it makes sense because remember when Trump said they're taking your black jobs? Y'all remember that? Yeah, what do y'all think he meant by that? He meant the people that are in the fields now, right? Which are the Hispanic community, the Latinos. He meant that they were taking our black jobs. See, because he thinks that black people's job is to be up in the field. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what he thinks. So it all makes sense now. They really thought, these farm owners really thought that black folk, they were going to deport the Hispanics, the Latino community, and that black people were going to go back to the field working for nothing. And they tell us to stop living in the past. Bro.
Them farmers really thought we was going back to them fields. They really thought we was going back to them fields. You know what? My mother was the first generation on her mother's side not to be brought up on a plantation. Not to be brought up on a plantation. That's what I said. My grandfather had a third-grade education, but he left my mama 2 houses, property in the bank, property and money in the bank, with a third-grade education. And guess what? He worked in fields. My great-grandmother worked in fields and cut that cane just like a man. You hear me? And if you think that Eddie Lewis and Victoria C. Jones and all the rest of my ancestors bust their tail in them fields for us to go back to the fields, absolutely not. That's not progress. We're trying to heal from ancestral trauma. We're trying to heal from that. That ain't happening. That produce could rot in them fields before we go back to them fields. They need to let them know that.
So I'm a black farmer, and a lot of people are wondering, why are black farmers not panicking like a lot of white farmers? Well, let me explain to you the reasons why. It's because white farmers have been handed everything to them, a lot of them. Not saying all of them, but a good bit of them. And by that I mean this. MLK even pointed out, he says, farmers in the West and the Midwest who were white, they were given land, they were given money, they were given training, they were given a lot. Whereas the black farmers weren't given anything, and the largest civil rights settlement in U.S. history is Pickford v. Glickman, where you had a class action lawsuit, bunch of black farmers all joined the lawsuit, and they won a huge settlement because the USDA was shown to be racist for decades. So because black farmers haven't been given anything, we've been learning to do without, unlike your white farmers. So when things are taken away from you, all your subsidies, all your tax breaks, guess what? You panic. Whereas we've always been going through this shit. So there's problems in privilege.
So I don't use Twitter, but apparently people on TikTok are saying that it was a white man on Twitter talking about how he thought that after the immigrants got out the country, black people were going to go to work on their farms. Bitch, I'm in school for cybersecurity and technology. Bitch, I might pot a plant in the front yard. Bitch. In my own front yard at that. Might go over to my grandma's house and make a motherfucking flower bed for her, but a farm? Oh my God. A farm? Clutch my motherfucking pearls, bitch. I don't know nothing about that. Can't relate. I ain't one of them black people that'll just take any motherfucking job. I ain't taking just any fucking job, bitch. I ain't no indentured servant, bitch. I ain't no motherfucking slave, bitch. This ain't motherfucking 1895 and shit, bitch. The fuck you think this is? You think I'm about to be working on a goddamn farm for some fucking white people? Even if it was a black farm. I ain't a farm type of bitch. I was born and raised in Indiana, and I have never in my life, never in my life worked on a motherfucking farm. I don't even know anybody that works on farms, bitch. I done visited a farm to ride a fucking horse before.
So I know I was talking about, the Latino vote before. The Viva vote for Donald Trump. Okay, well, let's get on to the white folks. The white farmers. So, word is out now that the white farmers voted for Donald Trump because they thought they were going to get black Americans in the fields. Because they also thought black folks did not have jobs. So when we put this all together, somehow the white farmers were convinced that black folks don't have jobs. We don't work. we don't work. And so they voted for Donald Trump because they thought, okay, he gonna send them in the fields. So Donald Trump and them, with the whole Project 2025, said, okay, so we got to make this happen. So we got to cut these DEI stuff, all this DEI stuff, to put black Americans out of work. When in reality, they put a bunch of white folk out of work just to get black folks out of work. And so all these cuts that are happening are to try and harm black Americans so much till they think that we're going to go into the fields. Now, when you think about that, that makes you double back and see why they want the Latinos out. Because the Latinos, right, to them, they are reproducing entirely too fast, okay? And so they're like, we got to get them out of here because black Americans don't reproduce as fast as the Latinos. And so if we could get them out, then the black Americans can take their place in the field. This is for real. And so now you double back to the black jobs. They're taking your job. Yes, you got to double back to what he said. They're taking black jobs, y'all. Like, they have all this down. Like, they have all this whole circle. So now let's go back to the farmers, if you're still with me, okay? Because the white farmers, that's what they believed was going to happen. So if y'all got all that straight, this is the message to the white farmers. The last thing you want is for black Americans to be in your fields.
A lot of people kept saying, these people has been fooled, these people has been scammed. You can't tell how come someone would come out and convince you in your own mind, when you vote for me, I'm going to chase all Latinos and replace them with black people to come and work for you. You have seen DT during his campaign. He kept repeating, these migrants are taking black jobs. When they tried to ask him, what do you mean by black jobs? He couldn't answer that question because they knew what they mean. Now, this white man came out to discover what these people really think. They thought that, oh, it's okay. Either I have 99% of undocumented workers in my farms. It's okay. It's okay if all of them, they got deported because we have another reserved labor who will immediately come to work for us, which are black people. These people, they don't remember that in this century, black people are the most high educated people in America. They don't forget their own high positions. When you try to observe some families, you have families that is engineers, nurses, physicians, all kind of high educated people. And you are sitting there in your houses, in your businesses, in your farms, thinking that they are going to force them to come back and work for us. Now try to imagine that level of hatred. When they say that racism is expensive, this is the results. This is the true color. And yes, you are coming to say, a lot of white people don't want to work for us because this work is not made for them. Their body is soft. They can't manage. They don't have that strength to do this. What are you trying to say? If you are trying to mention that black people are not meant to do these migrant workers, you are calling black people to come back? Is that what you mean? Sometimes I don't understand. When you try to observe these stories of these farmers, it's quite funny and at the same time embarrassing how someone who have experience in business, you would sit there and allow someone else to convince you that when you do him a favor of voting for him back in office, he's going to try his level best to bring another people to work for you. Now see, you got played. You got played big time. There is no way you are going to see again black people coming in your fields. There will be even no way these things will come back. There is no any way, even in dreams, black people will come back for you. A lot of black people are now farmers, owners. They are doing their farming. They are owning a lot of farms. They are doing their businesses in farming. That's the way you'll be seeing black people. But for you to sit there saying, oh, black people refuse to come and work in our farms. Now we are going bankrupt. We no longer have any workforce because all of them has been detained. Do we even have that heart to like black people? How would you think that someone who have engineering degree, PhD, doctors, they would left their jobs and come pick up again your crops the way used to do during slavery? You even don't working what our ancestors passed through, working in your plantations, what you've been doing to them. I've seen some comments, someone was posting saying, I grew up with my father working in these fields. We used to go each and every day to work there, and we've been paid only $20 the whole day. $20 a day. And we've been doing a lot of jobs. Now, see, since that time, this person was saying, I vowed myself, I swear myself that I'm going to study a lot, so that my generation and my coming generation will ever think to come back to do this work. Because it pained her to see her dad passing through that shit to rise up them. And this time around in this century, you are still sitting there waiting these black people to come back for you. This time around, people need to know that black people is not a cheap labor. You would learn to whenever you have problems. You need to know that black people are on another level. They are wake up. They know each and everything. They grew up learning what you've been doing to their ancestors. Each and every one. They know each and everything. How come this time around you would still thinking, you still have that mindset, you come to take them, you forcefully take back in your field to work for you, to beat them, to deny them food and water, to hold them in those plantations 1 week, 2 weeks without going to see their families? It's not going to work. Go back to ask your candidate to do something for you. Go and plead with him to bring back migrants, because without a migrant, farming is going to collapse. We are going to see food shortage. This is how things are going to work if they don't change anything ASAP. You need to stop thinking that black people will come work for you. This is a new generation a Gen Z generation. Guys, let me know what you think about this white farmers idea, mindset. Thank you for watching today's video. Drop your opinion in the comment section. See you in my next episode.